Hello and congratulations on the purchase of your new Ford Escort. Don't you just love it? Escort has so many special features that make it an exceptional value and close to carefree to own. In this video, I'll show you how the fun-to-drive Escort has brought style and quality to an affordable car. After you watch the tape, if you still have questions about the features of your new Ford Escort, your owner guide has more detailed information. Your Escort delivers quality and outstanding value. Its one-piece body sides add rigidity and improved door fit and finish to help reduce wind noise. This helps contribute to the Escort's smooth, quiet ride. 5-mile-per-hour bumpers help protect the Escort's body. Crystalline headlamps add a luxurious look to the Escort. Bolt-on wheel covers are included on the Escort LX to help prevent wheel cover loss or theft. Solar-tinted glass helps reduce interior temperatures. The Quadrelink independent rear suspension smooths the ride and contributes to the precise handling. And you can feel the quality of Escort's Teflon-coated door hinges every time you open the doors. The soft-touch instrument panel and door trim add a high-quality feel not expected on an affordable car, while the standard extended-range speakers provide impressive sound. Sure, these things make Escort more attractive, but they also contribute to its good value. It's features like these that have helped make Escort the best-selling small car in America for 14 years. And Escort just keeps getting better and better. Let's take a closer look. With either of the optional remote keyless entry systems, you can feel more secure with your new Escort. It's that simple. Escort's driver door system makes the convenience and security of keyless entry more affordable. The driver's door remote transmitter locks and unlocks the driver's door and opens the trunk and the liftgate on the wagon. To open the wagon's liftgate, press the unlock button twice within 5 seconds. Although you can unlock the driver's door, trunk, or liftgate with the transmitter, pressing the lock button with this system locks the driver's door and the wagon's liftgate, but not any other doors. A panic button is built into the transmitter. Your car's parking lamps flash and the horn sounds for 3 minutes when you press it to alert people of a problem. To shut off the panic alarm, just press the panic button a second time. An illuminated entry system is included with both the driver's door remote and the all-door keyless entry. It turns on the interior lamps for about 25 seconds when the unlock button is pressed, or until the ignition is turned on, or the lock button on the transmitter is pressed. If your Escort includes the optional all-door remote keyless entry, it locks all doors, including the wagon's liftgate, when the lock button is pressed on the transmitter. The unlock button unlocks just the driver's door with one push, or it opens all the doors when pushed twice within 5 seconds. To open the trunk, push the trunk button. This transmitter also includes a panic button to sound the horn and flash the parking lamps when you need help. The all-door remote keyless entry includes an anti-theft system protecting the doors, hood, and trunk. The anti-theft feature is armed when the ignition is locked, all the doors are closed, and the lock button is pressed on the transmitter. A light will flash on the instrument panel after 30 seconds to indicate the system is armed. It can only be disarmed by pressing the unlock button on the transmitter. The door key won't disarm the system. When the system is armed and someone tries to break into the Escort, the parking lamps flash and the horn sounds for about 3 minutes. Let's look at an important safety feature that you can't see, but you should know about. The fuel pump shutoff switch. It's in the trunk. If your Escort is in a collision, this switch automatically shuts off the fuel pump to help protect you. If this shutoff has been triggered, you need to reset the fuel pump shutoff switch in the trunk before your car can be restarted. Your owner guide has detailed instructions. Now let's go inside. Inside, your Escort is roomy and comfortable. You can move the front bucket seats forward and back just by lifting the release handle at the lower front edge of the seat cushion. To adjust the seat back, lift the lever on the outside of the seat and push gently on the seat back. You can change the height of the front safety belt by pushing the top button and moving the D-ring until the belt rests in a comfortable position. Your Escort is equipped with a driver and passenger front seat airbag supplemental restraint system. These are called supplemental restraints because they're designed to work with the safety belts in your Escort. In order for the airbag system to be most effective, make sure you and your passenger wear your safety belt. The head restraints can be easily pulled up. To lower them, push the latch button on the left-hand support. The head restraints are most effective when they're positioned behind the head, not the neck. The power window controls are located on each door if your car is equipped with this option. The driver can control all windows with the master control. A lockout button at the driver's door overrides all other power window controls so that children can't operate the power windows. The driver's window on the Escort has a convenient one-touch down feature. A single touch of the switch fully lowers the driver's window for easier operation at toll booths or entry gates. If you only want the window partway down, press the switch a second time. A day-night mirror inside the Escort is easily adjusted to reduce nighttime glare. Just pull back on the small lever at the base of the mirror and push it forward for daytime operation. Your Escort demonstrates how an affordable car can be intelligently designed. The controls are arranged to be close to the driver where they're easy to use. And the feel of every control has been thoughtfully engineered for ease of use. A special part of Escort's contemporary interior design is its integrated control panel. Escort is the first small car to group the audio controls and the climate controls together in a stylish and user-friendly design. It also helps make Escort's radio more theft-resistant. All of the Escort's available radios have large, easy-to-use buttons. Some have cassette or CD players. If your Escort has a remote CD player, it has slightly different controls. We'll look at the AM/FM cassette player first. Turn the sound system on and off by pushing the large knob on the left-hand side. This knob also adjusts the volume. Your Escort sound system has an auto reset feature that returns the volume to a normal level every time you start your car. Press the Seek and Tune buttons to select different stations. Just push the arrow on the left or right side of the buttons. The Scan button plays each station with a strong signal for approximately 5 seconds, then goes on to the next station. When you hear the station you want, just push the Scan button again. To select either the AM or FM band, push the AM/FM button beside the display. The FM band displays FM1 or FM2, so you can program up to 12 FM stations and 6 AM stations. To set your favorite station into the memory, press and hold the radio station preset button while listening to the station. You can adjust bass, treble, fade, and balance by holding down the button of whichever feature you want to adjust, then pressing the rocker switch between these 4 panels. If your Escort has a cassette player, it has a power loading system for easy tape loading. To play a tape, insert the cassette with the exposed tape side to the right, and as you begin inserting the tape, the mechanism will pull it into the correct position. This can be done whether the sound system is on or off. Fast forward, rewind, and reverse buttons are provided for your use. To scan a tape, push the Scan button while you're listening to the tape, and the stereo will play 8 seconds of each song recorded. And pressing the AM/FM button stops the cassette and starts the radio. The tape button turns the cassette player on or off if the cassette is loaded. If your Escort sedan is equipped with the optional 6-disc CD changer, the audio controls and the integrated control panel operate the CD changer, and they're easy to use. The button to the right of the clock turns on the CD player. The number 5 button activates audio compression. This feature provides a more consistent listening level by making loud passages quieter and quiet passages louder. Use the Shuffle button number 6, to play tracks on the current CD in random order. The display will indicate which disc and track number you've selected. Push the shuffle button a second time to resume normal play. The seek buttons select the next or previous CD track. The scan button samples tracks for 8 seconds each. Press the tuning controls to change CDs. The 6-disc CD changer is located in the trunk, where it's secure and out of the way. To change CDs, remove the changer's magazine by sliding the door panel to the right, then press the eject button. When you load the magazine, put only 1 disc in each slot and be sure the label surface is facing up. Whichever sound system you have in your Escort, it's equipped with extended range speakers to provide the sound quality normally found in more sophisticated systems. Let's take a closer look at some of the other controls. The integrated control panel's display always shows the clock, and it includes the radio frequency and other information about the sound system. Use the buttons on the right-hand side of the display to set the clock. Just hold down the H button and press the bass treble adjust button to move the hours forward or backward. Hold down the M button and press the bass treble button to adjust the minutes. To help maintain a comfortable interior environment, the integrated control panel has especially convenient climate controls. 3 switches control fan speed, temperature, and air output. If your Escort has a rear window defroster, this is turned on by a separate button to the right. It will automatically shut off after 15 minutes of operation. For Escorts with air conditioning, the air output knob has 8 settings. Max AC recirculates the air inside the Escort for maximum air conditioning performance. Air is blown through the adjustable air vents on the instrument panel. The AC position brings in fresh air through the air conditioning and out the vents. The third position is for fresh air through the vents without the air conditioning. At the top of the dial is the off position. The next position sends heat through the vents in the instrument panel and to the foot area and to the rear seat. The 6th position sends all air to the footwells, front and back. The 7th position distributes air through the defroster vents and to the front and rear footwells. And the last position is for defrost only. By the way, it's a good idea if you keep your climate control system turned on at all times to prevent moisture buildup inside your Escort. The center console contains the parking brake, shift lever, and storage areas, including handy cup holders for both front and back seat passengers. The front cup holders can hold a juice box. On the left side of the instrument panel are the instrument panel dimming knob and outside mirror remote controls if your Escort is equipped with this option. The switch above the mirror adjustments selects the mirror to be adjusted. Without remote mirror controls, just push the mirror glass to adjust the mirrors. The Escort has a full complement of instruments including fuel and temperature gauges, a speedometer, and with some packages a tachometer. You can reset the trip meter simply by pushing the button beside it. Under the instruments are the warning lights. They're important monitors that let you know if your Escort is performing properly or if it needs service. They include service engine soon, airbag readiness, safety belt, brake, turn signal, high beams, charging, oil pressure, check coolant, and the low fuel light, which turns on when only 2 gallons of fuel remain. And with some equipment, you'll also see lights for liftgate ajar, ABS, and anti-theft. Cars with a 5-speed transaxle have an upshift light to remind the driver when to change gears. While some of the lights should come on when the engine is started, it's not normal for these warning lights to remain on during regular driving. Your owner guide gives you details about every warning light. Remember we mentioned Escort's intelligent interior design. Here's an example. Controls on the steering column are easy to use when driving. The windshield washer and wiper are controlled by this lever. Just push it down to turn on the windshield wipers. Move down 1 position and the wipers begin intermittent operation. Push down 2 notches for low speed. The lowest position selects the fastest speed. Pull the lever toward you to wash the windshield. To change the speed of the intermittent wipers, twist the outer portion of the lever. If your Escort wagon has the optional liftgate washer and wiper, turn the collar on this lever to turn them on and off. The combination stalk on the left side of the steering column operates the turn signals, turns on and off the headlamps and parking lamps, and controls low and high beam. It has a smooth, refined feel. You can flash the headlamps as a signal even when they're not turned on by pulling on this lever briefly. To turn on the emergency flashers, push the emergency flasher switch on the steering column to the right. Pushing the switch to the left turns off the emergency flashers. If you need to use the horn, push anywhere on the center of the steering wheel. And for cars equipped with the tilt steering column, it's easy to adjust the steering wheel angle by pulling this lever, moving the wheel, and pushing the locking lever. Beyond its sure-footed, reliable driving performance, Escort is there for you when there's work to be done. It's easy to carry large, bulky items in the Escort LX because of the 60/40 split-folding rear seat back. You can lower either side of the rear seat back, or you can drop both sides for even more cargo room. The seat back release buttons are conveniently located on either side of the seat back. The Escort LX wagon also has this handy feature. Non-LX models and Escorts equipped with the integrated child safety seat have a one-piece folding rear seat back and can be easily folded by pushing its release buttons. See your owner guide for details about using the optional integrated child safety seat. To prevent small children from opening the rear doors, child-proof door locks are included. Just open the rear doors and move the switch to the lock position. Then the rear doors can only be opened from the outside. Interior lights are included in the roof panel of all Escorts. The switch can be set to on, off, or on only when the doors are open. Your Escort may have optional map lights. These are turned on and off with switches at the sides of the overhead light. Even Escort's available floor mats have their own special feature. The driver's side mat has a special securing hook so the mat won't slide around or get in your way. Another Escort feature you'll appreciate is the battery saver. If you've left the door open, the battery saver turns off the dome lamp after 10 minutes. After all doors have been closed, the dome lamp will turn on again the next time the door is opened. To help protect items stored in the rear of the car, the Escort wagon has a removable shade. This roller cover can be pulled from inside the tailgate to cover the entire storage area. To retract the cover, pull it towards you and then allow it to roll into its housing. To remove the roller cover, just unfasten the twist-in fasteners on the side, then push the spring-loaded assembly to the right and lift it out. An optional roof rack on the Escort wagon can carry up to 120 pounds. Remember, loads should be carried as far to the rear as possible and securely fastened. Tie-down positions are included on the side of the rack to help you secure any luggage. Your Ford dealer has accessories available to carry skis, snowboards, and bicycles too. You'll also find a convenient armrest and a front-end cover available in the Ford accessory catalog. Now that we've reviewed most of Escort's operating features, it's time to see what it can do on the road. Your Escort is easily started with the same key that opens the doors. It's double-sided, so there's no wrong way to insert the key. The ignition switch is always in the lock position when the key is removed or when it's first inserted. This locks the steering column and the automatic transaxle into the park position. The accessory position on the ignition switch allows the use of things like the radio or power windows while the engine is off. Before starting the Escort, you can see the warning lights when the key is turned on. This is perfectly normal. To turn on the engine, the Escort's automatic transaxle must be in either park or neutral. With the manual transaxle, the parking brake should be on, the transmission should be in neutral, and the clutch must be pushed in. The starter won't operate if the clutch pedal isn't depressed. Because your Escort's engine is controlled by a powerful EEC5 computer, you shouldn't touch the gas pedal when starting the car. The intelligent control system of the Escort determines exactly how much fuel the engine needs for any operating conditions, resulting in easy starting, fuel economy, and great performance. With your foot on the brake pedal, turn the key to the start position until the engine is running. Then release the key. If the engine doesn't start within 5 seconds when it's warm or 15 seconds when it's cold, turn off the key for 10 seconds and try again. If the key doesn't want to turn in the ignition switch, try rotating the steering wheel slightly to take the pressure off the steering wheel lock. Escorts with automatic transaxles have a brake shift interlock. This means the brake pedal must be depressed before the Escort can be shifted out of park. If your Escort is equipped with the optional speed control, you can set it to hold a constant speed above 30 miles per hour. The left switches turn the speed control on or off. Set the speed control with the center button on the right. To slow down, hold down the coast button until you reach the speed you want. To speed up, hold down the set accelerate button until you reach the speed you want. Use the resume speed button to return your Escort to the speed you set previously. Of course, you can always disengage the speed control by touching the brake pedal or by pressing the off button. Another popular option that may be on your Escort is an anti-lock braking system. If you have this feature, an amber ABS light will light every time you start your Escort. If this light doesn't go out in 6 seconds after you start your car, turn off the car and restart it. If the light still doesn't go off, take your Escort to your Ford dealer for service. Normal braking will not be affected. This system automatically checks itself the first time the car reaches 7 miles per hour after being started. You may hear the ABS pump motor test the circuits. The anti-lock braking system is designed to sense when any wheel is beginning to lock and then reduce the braking force on that wheel to prevent that wheel from locking up. This helps improve your ability to steer during hard braking. Under normal driving conditions, you shouldn't notice any effects from the system. Now, when braking on slippery surfaces or when you are braking very hard, you may feel a pulsing in the brake pedal accompanied by a sound of the system functioning. This is perfectly normal and lets you know the ABS is working. You should keep your foot firmly on the brake pedal when this occurs and allow the anti-lock braking system to help maintain control. Don't release the brakes or try to pump the brake pedal. That could result in longer stopping distances. Now let's look at how you can keep your Escort ready to tackle all the miles ahead. It's easy to keep your Escort ready for action. For example, to refill the wagon's optional liftgate window washer, just lift this panel in the rear cargo area on the passenger side. It should be kept filled with windshield washer fluid. Now let's look at the fluids that are maintained under the hood. Just pull the handy inside hood release lever. Then open the hood by sliding the second hood latch just to the right of the center of the hood. Make sure you place the hood support rod into the proper support hole. Escort makes it easy to find. When you do check under the hood, remember to shut off the engine first. Even with the engine off, the electric fan can operate without warning, so make sure you keep fingers and loose clothing away from the fan. Under the hood is Escort's powerful split-port induction engine. This engine splits the intake system into 2 ports so that it can achieve great fuel economy while delivering an energetic 110 horsepower. Now that's intelligent engineering. And this engine has special features to reduce maintenance. You'll see yellow markings on the most frequently serviced components under the hood. The windshield washer fluid goes in the bottle at the back of the engine compartment on the passenger side. To check the engine coolant level, look at this container at the front of the engine compartment. The lid is labeled radiator coolant only, and this is where you add any needed coolant. Remember to add only the recommended mix of water and antifreeze. Adding just water or just antifreeze can damage an engine. You can see the coolant level through the side of the bottle. It should be between the marks on the side. To check the engine oil level, use the dipstick marked engine oil. You should wipe any oil off the stick before checking the oil level, which should be between the full mark and the add oil mark. If the oil level is below the add oil line on the dipstick, add the appropriate oil as indicated in your owner guide and on the filler cap. Just make sure you don't add so much that the oil level goes above the full mark. The engine oil filler cap is on top of the engine and twists open. Always make sure it is securely fastened when you finish changing or adding oil. How frequently the oil and oil filter should be changed depends on your driving conditions. If you usually take trips more than 10 miles long, the oil and filter should be changed every 5,000 miles. If your driving is usually on trips less than 10 miles long, it's best to change the oil and filter every 3,000 miles. You don't need any oil additives. You'll still need to change the oil filter, air filter, and fuel filter at regular intervals as indicated in the owner guide. The fuel filler cap is located on the left side of the car. If you ever forget which side of the car it's on, just look for the arrow near the fuel gauge. Your Escort uses 87 octane unleaded fuel. Escort helps take care of you even when driving has its little challenges. If you ever have a flat tire, run out of gas, or have a dead battery, you don't need to get your hands dirty. Just call Ford Roadside Assistance. The service is free during your warranty period, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have questions about anything we've shown here, your best source of information is the owner guide that came with your new Escort. You can also call the Ford Customer Assistance Center. Escort has been designed to take you where you want to go. It's reliable, comfortable, and fun to drive. Escort has a proud heritage of providing affordable, spirited transportation, and that's a reputation Ford plans to continue. We hope this video helps you enjoy the quality and exceptional value in your new Ford Escort. Thank you for choosing Escort, and drive safely.